महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि महादेवमुदं शिरसा नमामि महागणपतिं मनसा स्मरामि.
No emotion is negative or positive. If we really deal with realities, we need to drop these words. I mean, we need to drop these words, especially the word negative. Every emotion, anger, jealousy, hatred, love, compassion, sympathy, every emotion is valid. Some of them we need to deal with. Compassion you need not deal with unless it gets you into trouble. Compassion can take you to trouble. If one doesn't know how to draw boundaries, compassion can take you to trouble. And similarly, the greed and so on is there because there is a reason for it. It has to be addressed. It is an emotion that you don't want to have. That's what it is. We need not say negative. That means you are labeling. You have negative emotions. Therefore you are a negative person. And then you will do the same thing to others. Then you become judgmental. Therefore, this is all mediocre living, not in touch with reality. And these are all survivors. They don't deal with realities. They get by. If you deal with realities, these emotions need to be addressed. Because you don't like them to be there in others. You don't like the greed to be there in others, jealousy, hatred, all these you don't like in others. And they are not, the others also don't like these things in you. And therefore, without labeling them to be negative, as they are negative, we recognize them as emotions which are there. They are valid. Why valid? Because there is a reason for it. A negative means you are condemning yourself. Valid means there is a reason for it. The reason is to be addressed. And the emotions need to be managed. You address the reason And the emotion is to be managed. Emotion is to be managed in as much as I cannot victimize others because I have valid emotions. Some people think that they have their human right to have their emotions. That is true. But that doesn't mean they can victimize others. They think that victimizing others is also right. But the others also have got the human right to victimize you, if that is so. Therefore, we will be victimizing each other. That's how people get killed. Therefore, we cannot, no one can victimize others because of one's rightful emotions. And for that, I learn how to avoid victimizing others. My anger. My anger is there because there is a reason for it. Generally, the reason is the outside person. Outside person is not the reason. He is only nimitta. The outside person happens to be at the wrong time. Wrong time. At another time, you deal with the person differently. Now this time, you can't deal with that person except angrily. So what I say, this person is not necessarily the reason for anger, even though the person may be the cause for triggering anger. So to trigger your anger, you require perhaps some outside people. And we don't require to wait for them. They are always around. That's why we get married, so that there is always somebody around to trigger this anger, and so that you can process the anger without victimizing the person. So if you process the anger, then it is okay. You are growing in marriage, correct? If you victimize the person, you don't grow in marriage. And therefore, it is good to have somebody to trigger all these so-called negative emotions. And all these emotions, it is nice to have somebody to trigger. But then if the person keeps on triggering, and then you are all the time angry, then it's useless. 50 years are over, and the only thing is that you have. So what is that? Golden Jubilee. So golden Jubilee of this strange marriage where you have the record. Every day you were at home, you got angry. And so this is a strange marriage. But then what I say, this kind of the processing is what I am talking about. No person deserves to be the victim of anger. Anger comes because there is a reason behind. Therefore, I always say, you have to do two things here. An emotion like anger, I see that it is handled So, handled without victimizing, you can say, I am angry now, I will talk to you later. Correct? I will angry now, I will talk to you later. You can create a new culture at home. And the home becomes what they call in modern terms functional home. Otherwise, it is dysfunctional. The word is dysfunctional, and therefore I am making it functional now. So that which is not dysfunctional is functional. And so this functional home you can have if you don't victimize anybody. And that means you, the head of the family. Head of the family, correct? So head of the family, you are the man. And you are very important. We all accept that you are the head of the family. And because when things don't go well, your head rolls. And therefore you are the head of the family, correct? That is the only reason. So there is no other head. So this, or you are a figurehead, okay? And whatever. So this, you are the head of the family. Then since you are the head of the family, you tell the family members, all others, in this family, now every one of you has got a right. What right? So right to point out, whenever I am angry, that I am angry, that we can talk it out later. You can tell me. So, Dad, you are angry, tell your son, tell your daughter. They will never fail to point out. So, Dad, you are angry now. We will talk later. They will remind you. We will talk later. You are angry now. And therefore, Dad, you are getting angry now. You are getting angry. You are going to be angry. Because children know, when Dad is going to get angry, because in time he takes off. And the children always take off when Dad is going to get angry. They also know how long does it take for the anger to cool off. They know that also. They come back after 40 minutes, because generally Dad's anger takes 40 minutes. Mom's anger takes longer. And and therefore, so they know this all very well. So they figure it all out. So these children always are very, 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 very intelligent. And they, in spite of their children being your children, they are very, very intelligent. And they know, because, see, look at this. They score 80 marks, 90 marks. How this is not genetically impossible? You always passed scoring 55 and 60. We know exactly. 62 was your maximum. So your average is only 55, 60. And then mother was 75, 70, like this. And therefore, the average should be of the child 68 only. But that fellow has to score 80, 90, so that he will get some admission in the school. Therefore, 92 and all that. How that is genetically possible? Why are you pushing the child to score 98%, 99%, when it is not genetically impossible? You remember yourself. I am 62%. Remember yourself. This 62%, I am little broad-minded. Therefore, I am giving you 62%. I don't want to ask what exactly was the percentage. I don't want to ask. Therefore, remember. So this unnecessarily, don't you push the children? 98%, 99%. Anyway, so these children will always point out and empower everybody else. And then you are also empowering yourself in the process, that you will point out to the others, including children, that in this house nobody victimizes anybody. Don't say nobody should get angry in this house. That is not valid. That is not true. Never make a vow first day. This year I am not going to get angry. Don't do that, because that is not true. Why? Because anger does not come because of your will. Why not? Come on, be angry for half a minute right now for me. Be angry for half a minute. Come on, be angry. You can't be angry. That means what? Anger is not in your hands. Therefore, don't tell anybody, don't be angry. But you have got a right to tell that you cannot victimize anybody else. Your anger is there. Neither victimize yourself. That is also not right. You victimize yourself, you cut your hand and you hit the wall. That is also victimizing yourself. That's not right either. Neither you can victimize yourself, nor you can victimize others. That is what is called damaha. A Sanskrit word you can help yourself with, damaha. This is damaha. So you will read in Tattvabodha, Bhakhyendriya Nigraha. All these will not be there. This is what it is. Means you don't victimize anybody. You don't say words that will hurt others. You don't do things that will hurt anybody. And therefore, so I don't victimize anybody. Bhakhyendriya Nigraha. I am not saying anything strange. I am only giving the meaning. Then, this modern Vedanta, Hindi में बोलता है, दम सबको दम होना चाहिए. दम बोलने से क्या है? दमा इज दम बोलने से दे बाह्य इंद्र निग्रह है. बाह्य इंद्री को हाथ में रखना है, हटाना है. इधर उधर जाता है ना, तो उसको हटाना है, निवृत्ति करना है. बाह्य इंद्र निग्रह है. देन और एक है शमः. ये तो अंदर इंद्रिय निग्रह है. सो दिस इज अंतःकरण को निग्रह करना है. अभ्यास से होता है. अभ्यास होने से तो जरूर होगा. अभ्यास से तो कौन्तेय वैराग्य न गृह्यते. वैराग्य होना चाहिए, अभ्यास होना चाहिए. अभ्यास वैराग्य होने से सब कुछ ठीक हो जाएगा. ये तो भगवान का बात है. मालूम नहीं होता है हमको क्या चलता है. I mean, generally I'm talking Hindi or English, it is the same. So, control of the senses, control of the organs of action, that is called damaha. And shamaha is control of the mind. If you have the control of the mind, it is called shama. And control of the external organs of action, that is called karmendriya nigraha. Bakhya and sense organs also. And that is called dhamma. Correct? क्या होता है? क्या होता है? कुछ नहीं होता है. And therefore, here in English or in Hindi, I'm just talking in this. These are all things to be understood. They are not just words. What is inside? There is something being said there. What is it? We have to look into. I don't victimize anybody. Nor I victimize myself, including overeating. That is also victimizing myself. Or non-eating. Yuktahara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu, yukta supnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkaha iti. So these are all things that tell us exactly what it is all about. And therefore here, so with reference to emotions is very important. Dhamma is not to victimize anybody. Anger. Then you don't victimize anybody. The modern psychologist is correct. If you have Shama, therefore you suppress your anger. You don't let out your anger. You don't express your anger. You don't shout and scream and stamp your foot. All that you don't do. And therefore or hit something, throw something. And so these things you have not done. And therefore anger is inside. Because you are practicing Dhamma now. They call Dhamma Abhyasa. Then what shall we do? Shamaha. You require Shamaha. If Shama is not there, you'll be amounts of suppression. Then you will get smoke coming out of your ears. And therefore, so after some time, so these all volcanic eruptions will take place. And therefore, so there will be tsunami and everything. And so what we need to do is Shamaha. What is Shama? Resolution of the emotion itself. Upashamaha. Resolving of this emotion. And the emotion being Shama, being anger here, then how to release this anger? You have to do it appropriately. So what is appropriate expression of anger? Without victimizing anybody, you express your anger. How to express my anger without victimizing anybody? Take a bat. Hit the ball. The only victim is the ball. Hit it. It's meant for that. So you hit the ball. That's why it's a bat and ball game. In every culture there is some kind of a game. We had that, one long stick and small stick. Gilli dandi. So, eat it. Therefore, what they do, generally, you take a turkey towel. And turkey towel, you wet it. Wet the turkey towel and hit it on the floor. Already we are used to do this, We are used to do that. Therefore, so here in the north, what they do, they put the turkey towel down below, they take a stick and hit it. That is also okay. That is also okay. And then when somebody comes here, you do it like this. So take this turkey towel and hit it on the floor. And the bathroom floor, hit it. Let the sound come out. This is called shamaha. Getting the shama. And the floor, you should imagine the person. Who is the victim? The floor is the victim. Victimize the floor. This is called appropriate victimizing. Right? So express the anger without victimizing anybody.
Mahaganapatin manasa smarami Mahadeva mudam shirasa namami Mahaganapatin manasa smarami.
भारत देश हिताय कुरु सेवां त्वं कुरु सेवां त्वं कुरु सेवां त्वं कुरु सेवां